Earth, removing all record of their existence from history. Cain goes on to say that the fairies were responsible for making them, or rather, wishing for them. The fairies worshipped Titania, a goddess of starlight and wishes, so when Assem plucked a star out of the sky, it was such a blasphemous sin to the fairies that they were forced to respond. They prayed to Titania to create the Children of the Night, either to specifically kill Assem or to at least protect the fairies from him. Unfortunately, the Children of the Night are destroyers, and they eventually turned on the fairies before crossing the ocean to attack humanity. As for what happened to them, the SCP-1000 files say that humanity ended up wiping out most of them during an event known as the Day of Flowers, where supposedly every flower bloomed at once. Cain also mentions the Day of Flowers, but says that he was far away from the lands of men at the time, so he can't really say what occurred. Light asks Cain how exactly old he is, but he's long since lost track, and it's impossible to say. He does know, however, that he won't live forever, and he just hopes to correct his family's wrongs before he slips quietly into the darkness. He does say that there might be someone else they could speak to for information, an old sorcerer who served the ancient Davite house of Maladroug named Methuselah. Biblically, Methuselah was said to be the longest living human on Earth, having lived for 969 years. Cain says that Methuselah learned from a dying Deva queen how to prolong his life with blood magic, and he's been poking around history ever since. Cain doesn't know if he was ever welcomed into the House of Apollyon to know their true secrets, but he doesn't doubt that Methuselah would have attempted to hang around them. He says that he has delusions of grandeur, but is certainly capable of some very real magic. Cain doesn't know where he would be by now, as he'd be hundreds of thousands of years old, but he would have been around during the time of the Children of the Night. Since Cain has a photographic memory, Light shows him a picture of an individual, and he confirms that that is indeed Methuselah, contained in another wing of the site Cain is in. Light also asks if Abel could provide any info, but Cain just says that he is angry and would be uninterested in questions of history, even if he had been there to witness them, which he probably wasn't since he's been in his sarcophagus for a long, long time. Before the interview ends, Cain